I liked the D&D movie, personally.
I
don't care anyone who tells me otherwise.
I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you on that one.
It was trash.
Oh, controversy.
It was so bad. I do not believe the things I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed it. It was so funny, though. My favorite part of experiencing that movie was actually walking out of the theater and just hearing like 3 or 4 different conversations of somebody going on like, how would this build work? I'm like, we are surrounded by nerds and I love it.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing one of them mention, yeah, druids can't like shapeshift a wild shape into owlbears, but it was pretty darn cool though.
They should.
And they referenced the Hulk beating up the
yeah,
Loki
that is
scene.
exactly what they were going for with that. I feel like
it was quite good. Anyway,
very good homage.
Spoilers for the D&D movie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Hulk shows up.
Beats up Loki.
And they're like, that's my friend. That's my friend from work.
Anyway, this is not an ad for the D&D movie. I just liked it. Anyway, welcome back to the 7th Star to the Right podcast. This is session 64. How are you all doing?
Hey.
Good. I saw the D&D movie.
It was good.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, so we've got one announcement that I have to do before we get into things. So we're doing the metadimensional episode as I announced last episode sometime in the near future, but I think I'm going to make this announcement and then the announcement in 65 as well. And then that'll be it. That should give us like a month and a half for people to send things in as they listen to the episodes. And I think we'll probably stop taking things around June because I think the last episode will come out like May 24th or something like that. So anyway, if you want to ask questions to us and have them answered on air, you can send an email to 7thstarpodcast@gmail.com. That is the number 7, THSTAR podcast@gmail.com. No, I'm not going to get SEV.
You should. Fix it, make it idiot-proof, Jeff.
No,
I'll
You're
do
in QA. You know this
free.
is a problem.
I don't want to.
Okay, so everybody spell
That seems like
out
an extra.
the number 7 in all letters, please.
Like literally, I'll do it and forward it to your email.
I mean, go for it.
We don't have that kind of money.
don't-
We can't afford a second free email account.
Who do you think we are? Insert D&D podcast here. All right.
D&D.
No.
Hard pivot.
RPG podcast here. That's most of the podcasts.
Yeah,
that I
we know
of.
all the popular kids
or
play
Pathfinder, I suppose.
Sponsored by Hasbro.
Oh,
no.
that was my least favorite part of the D&D movie. When that came up, it hurt my soul.
Hasbro, we're coming for you.
And everything you love.
All right. So, what do you guys remember from last session? I always love this joke.
Party time.
Well,
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah. We started off going to the throne room and we met up with Cork again, Jeff's favorite character
Yes.
of all time.
He's Dr. Octopus, but a torque. How can you not like that?
Yeah, but also he's got your zoom in lenses. You really like the zoom in
I
lenses.
really do like the zoom in lenses too.
Yeah.
That's what makes him the octopus.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the funny
Everybody
thing.
knows. Anyway, we found out a little bit more about how torques work, and that's fun. We made a deal with Dr. Lucius Leggett to take him to the AI in the wasteland, although I do believe we want to make sure. Basically, where we were at is like he had one line, and then he was going to use some information in Wycliffe to get a second line and pinpoint the location. And we think we have the location. So in order to confirm that we actually have the location, we should probably check and make sure it's on that, first line at all. And if it's not, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Nona looked a little bit into constructing a frequency jammer for the mind control things. And then we went to a party. Oh, but before we went to the party, we went shopping.
We went shopping. That's right.
It was amazing.
And then we went to a party.
Yeah, let me try and see from my notes if there was anything more important.
I was a dinosaur.
I don't think anything important happened at the party. So
Especially not at the very end.
Absolutely nothing very
refreshments
important
were
happened.
had.
Refreshments were had. There
Games
were
were
some
played.
games. Micah and Volker have signed up for a pie eating contest.
We did do that.
That will happen after dinner because
They don't want you to eat the real food.
I mean, if you do it before dinner, you're not gonna want to eat dinner either.
No,
So
who's
like,
ready for 17 pies?
It's just an ill-conceived eating contest.
I feel like most pie eating contests now, they give you like the little tiny pies, which is probably smarter, but also less epic.
America's dying.
Straight up. Where are our proud traditions now?
yeah, there was a shooting gallery game and a strongman game. Micah had to take a couple of shots at the strongman game.
Yeah, not the most muscle mass on me, despite what
The
people
everything
might
about
assume.
you, yeah.
Yoga
do
doesn't
have
really
tall
make
redhead
you
energy.
shredded.
Not even power yoga.
Not even Diluvian power yoga.
Yeah.
Write that down. Write it down. Diluvian.
So yeah, that was all of the important things.
Yep.
And nothing else, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, this is a relevant
Now,
question to
this is
jump
a
into.
very big joke here because
they are serving deer, and that.
Oh no!
I think
Please no.
that's what we're about to sit down to.
Was it the one I shot?
It's
What's
unclear.
weird is that you
No.
dragged in the
It's
deer
unclear.
after they were like, "Oh, here's the deer." Sus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we saw some things at the end of the last episode. Maybe we can refresh on exactly what those are. But first, do those of us who aren't Nona remember that we saw things? Feels like a relevant question to ask.
I think so that the best way to describe this is you all, except for Nona, just had a weird sense of like deja vu and a combination of like, you know, that thing where you're looking at something else and then you see some movement out of the corner of your eye that you like, that your brain parses as, oh, it's this thing. And then you take a look at it and then it's, you know,
Not that.
not that.
Yeah, I know. I know ghosts. Yeah. You don't have to
We've
explain
all
ghosts.
seen ghosts.
It's ghosts.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Ah, the
ghosts.
floating disembodied head in your bathroom. We've seen it.
Yeah, that's kind of what you guys just had. And Micah and Alex, you don't really think much about it. You notice it quickly. You take a look and it's like, huh, that was
I'm not
weird.
even a ghost.
Yep.
And Nona is about to
Nona, on
ruin
the other
this
hand,
party.
Ghost in the
is
moon.
screaming on the inside.
Excited.
What did you see, Nona? Do you remember?
Yeah, so actually I can list off in the order I believe that we saw things. Is
Oh.
First up, Alex saw a wing. Micah saw a giant eye in the moon, which straight up nightmares for forever. I don't care
fine.
if it's deja vu. I see that all the time.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure actually
no.
that's always been there.
Oh god. And then Nona, I believe, saw a statue moving through some people. Like not like through as in like I'm an actual
But
ghost.
like,
I passed through,
in,
like
in a group of people, kind of
squeezing
like
past
squeezing
them,
past.
like
yeah.
like you're
Times
trying to
Square
get on the
performer.
train.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you all
Yep.
see. I think Alex and Nona are currently in line for the buffet.
Yep.
Micah and Volker, I think, were by the strongman's hammer, and I forget. I think Claire was also with.
Claire
you.
was there.
She was-
I gave her
she
a
was-
little nudge.
She was trying to get up
Where-
to a fit hench person.
So actually, side question. I was picturing this happening in a tent. Are we
You're
We're the
outside.
we're just outside
Yeah.
uncovered?
And it's outside uncovered.
Cool.
Oh, it's outside.
Is it raining?
No,
Is the eye in the moon crying?
Oh,
Is it
I
crying
feel bad
blood?
for it.
no, and
um,
no.
One other thing I did want to call out for those of you listening at home who have to wait 2 weeks between these episodes, I have strong opinions that this is probably that rock angel guy that we met a while ago.
What?
And I have also, for future reference, decided to call him Chris. Because
Chris Rock.
and
Chris-
Chris Angel. It works on multiple levels.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's all. Back to our story. Thank you.
Okay. And so you all have this weird moment of deja vu and seeing something that isn't necessarily there, but a blink or two, and it's gone. You don't see it anymore. Nona, you vividly remember this. You parse it within your mind. You saw this. Meanwhile, Alex and Micah just shake it off as like one of those things your mind's playing tricks on you. You guys are still quite tired, except for Nona, who doesn't need sleep. It was a long day the previous day, and you're still recovering from that.
Given that eating is a farce for me anyway, I'm going to immediately like put down what I imagine to be the little like plastic silverware and the sad napkin that as soon as you use it for something, things are going to soak through it.
Oh yeah, it all comes in like the plastic bag as well, and
very
it comes
good.
with like a fork, a spoon, and a knife. And then, yes, that very sad napkin that will just disintegrate.
Anyway,
once a drop of water
I'm
gets
going
on
to
it.
put that down and immediately go look and try and find the statue. Straight up where it was. I believe I lost track of it, but that's where I'm going.
Okay.
No, you're not. Then and Alex like just like the next person in line like steps up and goes down this place. I was like, oh, okay.
There was something weird over there. It looked like a statue, and now it's gone, and I don't think they move normally.
Oh, Nona, have you drank anything here? I don't know how the methanol will treats you. You doing okay?
Alex, at the mention that she saw something, you have also this weird sense that you also just saw something. Like also you just had a weird bout of deja vu.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not quite a statue garden, but where's Micah?
Over by the strongman's hammer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not very far away, but it's not like I don't hear them immediately or anything, right?
No, yeah. You guys are probably like a couple tens of yards away from each other at this moment in time.
Okay. Alex will like hold up a hand and like wave towards Micah and kind of like beckon and like kind of hold up like a plate and like gesture at the line, but with panic like slowly creeping into his moves as Micah just like looks back at Volker.
How far away is where I saw the statue? Can I be there and still be vaguely in the vicinity of Alex, or is this like a leaving situation?
You'd leave the line.
I've already left the line.
Fair enough.
Someone else has stepped up and taken my place. I am absolutely devastated.
Because you need food to eat.
Yes. All human beings
live.
require sustenance.
And so this was probably no more than like 50 yards away, probably a little bit closer, between like 30 and 20 yards away. Like there's a group of people that are around tables, some of which are just milling about, talking, waiting until the line dies down for the food. Some of which have started to sit down at tables, eating their food. And you saw in the midst of those tables and people, the statue just passing through.
I'm gonna like start continuing to head in that direction. I would like to potentially go look for footprints.
Okay. Yeah. Can you make I'm going to give you an intelligence notice check because
thanks,
you're
bestest
looking
buddy.
for it.
Love
And
that for me.
I do wisdom intelligence too. Wisdom intelligence. Oh no. Anyone else want to do anything in the meantime?
Alex is gonna head over towards Claire and them.
Yeah, I mean, if Alex was waving over to me, I'd like it would probably take a couple seconds for me to notice, but I'll look over at Alex waving frantically, kind of cock my head, give him a tentative thumbs up, like, you good, buddy?
Big thumbs down, like at first, and then he switches to a slight thumbs up.
I don't have to be a mind reader. I don't think Alex is doing that right now.
I'm gonna put a hand on Volker's shoulder and say, like, hey, could you give us 1 second? I'll be right. Oh. I think Alex might need me for
yeah. I'll
thing.
get in line and I'll save you a spot if people aren't upset about that.
Awesome. Yeah, even if they are, yeah, it's fine.
Well, okay. Anyway,
Great, I'll go over to
Just
Alex.
lost all romantic attraction. Line jumpers. Anyway, I got a 10.
Okay, so Nona, you do a quick look around, and how discreet are you trying to be? I have a feeling,
at all.
Nona's
I'm not
at
gonna
all.
push people out of the way. I have gathered the concept of like general personal space, but I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to hide what I am doing. I am just trying to not be in the way while I'm doing it.
Yeah, so you work your way through a group of people, just kind of being on the outskirt, not going directly through it.
But like,
but you're looking at the ground, taking a look around. Immediately, you can't quite catch anything. Like this is like a big banquet, so there have been a ton of people walking around. There are footprints, but all of them seem to be shod in some way, as in shoed. Had
Got it.
shoes on them,
Oh,
like boot prints.
Like
was
a
my
horse.
was
Isn't
my
it
statue
shod? Yeah.
was my statue shoeless?
Yes.
College student.
For free.
And so I just got that. Yeah, that was a good one, Kirsten.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, you don't see any like bare footprints or any statue footprints for that matter.
Also very nice. Please continue.
I'm sorry. I'm enjoying myself here. So you take a quick
How dare
look.
you?
Stop that right now.
You take a quick look around and you bump into Aletta as you're taking look, and she goes, "Oh, are you looking for something? Drop something?"
Hi. No, I'm fine. Have you seen anything weird around here?
Weird how?
Yeah, it's hard to describe. Corner of your eye kind of thing.
No.
Okay. Cool. And I'm going to leave. Aletta is terrifying to me now.
Finger guns away.
Exactly.
Hey.
That was me being cool about it.
And Nona, if you could read expressions, she is quite confused by this experience. But yeah, do you head back over to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I think so. Having found nothing. Obviously, like, head is like on a swivel kind of deal because this is weird for her. She saw a statue and statues don't do that.
So the four of you
reconvene.
have convened a little bit outside of the strongman's hammer, and Nona has returned to the group.
What's going on?
I might be experiencing visual hallucinations. Actually, fairly similar to the ones from earlier. Claire, are you doing mind stuff?
No, or at least not intentionally, and I generally have to do it intentionally, except when I'm sleeping. I do it intentionally in my sleep, but I'm awake right now, so.
Got it. Okay. I might.
You okay? Have you been drinking? No.
I have not been drinking.
No, not you. No, I'm asking about the child.
Oh, no.
I mean, Claire, who's a person.
You are not of age yet, young lady.
Are you feeling anything like strange? Anything kind of dreadful? Or did you notice like anything kind of weird? Because it feels like things are getting a little weird.
I mean, like, I don't know. I saw a bunch of eyes on the strongman's hammer thing, but that was weird, sort of like, you know, I don't know. I thought I did. It was like, but it turns out they were just like, you know, the little incremental bits. It seemed like each one of those like opened up, but anyway.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was saying, is this ringing a bell for me? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
You get like I recently also had like this experience. You can't quite fully articulate what it is. It was something to do with the moon, though.
I thought I saw something about the moon or on the moon, but it, like, I don't know, it's just like a little flash. It wasn't anything. What, are you seeing
Like-
things?
I kind of, it's like a bird or something, but like a really big one. And Nona just went over to investigate. Did you see anything?
I could not find a trace of the statue that I saw.
Statue.
I don't actually know if my character, not blessed with all of my powers of tropes and returning villains, has the ability to connect this together. So I might want to roll for it.
Okay. Like, so I'm trying to think of what kind of role this would be. It would probably be like, so are you saying like connect the dots?
Yeah, like we've got, I definitely saw a thing. Other people have kind of sort of seen a thing. Can I actually get back? Because it's been a bit. We've been traveling in space and we've been hanging around here.
Yeah, I'm going to make you roll then like, this is a tough one. I'm going to say intelligence, no.
Okay.
It seems like the best sort of thing to like try and figure out. Or maybe wisdom, no, but I know intelligence is better, so.
Ooh. Yeah, I got a 10 on the dice, so
I think this is reasonable for you to draw some lines together given what you saw and what happened on
okay. I immediately look at everybody and I say, I think we need to go back to the ship now.
But it's Red's banquet. We brought wine.
We can come back, but
the pie eating contest still has to happen. No, slow down. What
we need to do the clipping procedure.
What? The thing for the not bears from Orisiame? We're nowhere near there. Why?
I saw a thing. You all kind of saw a thing, and then it went away, and now it's not a big deal. And don't think about it too hard. Just follow me.
But like the clipping, doesn't that require like taking
copious
a
amounts
lot
of
of drugs?
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to do it to you.
Oh,
well,
okay.
eventually.
Wait,
eventually.
Claire looks disappointed.
Well, I don't really know about the ramifications of giving her a whole bunch of drugs right now, but I kind of felt like that was one of the things we established on the morality timescale.
You're right.
Nona's kind of freaking out here because she is like no idea how to have the conversation where she knows that the more that they think about it, the more it's going to like be dismissed as not important.
Mm-hmm. Could we do it after the banquet?
I think that would be incredibly unwise, as they are here somewhere, and we are not going to be able to see them and effectively fight them.
Sorry, who's around?
Right. Okay.
Is it Quark?
Sure. Yes. Let's go with that. Just can we one person? Can we have Micah do it? I'll have you back before the pie eating contest.
All right. How long is this thing supposed to take? Like, you seem kind of serious about it, so fine. But
I'll go. We should have somebody with rudimentary medical knowledge to be there.
As to my understanding, I believe we need you specifically, and also you cannot perform it on yourself.
Yeah, probably. Most surgeries you can't.
It's not a surgery.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah.
So, yeah, real quick, stepping back, do people remember what the clipping procedure is and how one does it correctly? Has this been written down in notes?
So, my recollection is you do a bunch of drugs with the idea of like raising your system strain, and then a bioscion does something that like sort of simulates torching on you, but it's not really, and that's what clipping is.
Yeah, you get pushed over your system strain by a bioscion's healing abilities, and that coupled with the drugs does the clipping, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. It's a way to kind of almost perform secondhand torching, because as you realized on Orisiame, you saw Zuri?
Yeah.
Zuri,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Oh, that was a while ago. Zuri underwent torching, rescuing the rest of Micah's group, and was able to read the note that this information was on. So it's a way to perform a kind of torching without actually getting the negative effects of torching, which can reduce your permanent attributes.
I should say, if we're going to load Micah up with drugs, then she should probably eat something before we go.
Yeah, well, I mean, do we have drugs packed for this? I know we were talking about doing it on the trip, but then we didn't. Am I going to be fucked up?
I don't actually. I need to review the rule book here, but we have Brainwave. I believe we have enough Brainwave to do everybody.
Yeah, we picked it up.
All of that, and I forget what that does. So,
yeah.
It's like, can I go back to my date, or should I not?
It'll be really, really smart. It'll be great.
Brainwave, it reduces your effort, but gives you 4 points of system strain. So it was like the most effective way to get a lot of system strain.
But also, so you would need to do for how much system strain I have, which I think
leveled up since I shopped for stuff.
Also, the issue is you can only have one dose of Brainwave active at a time. Although I would allow you to put more things in it to get higher system strains, but not the additional benefit. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
I am fine with that.
I think you might also have some other things. I don't know.
I don't think so. Which one's Reverie? I think I've got the weird version of that, but I don't think we have any vanilla version of that.
Reverie, it's just easier to apply the weird version. So like you normally have to have a pretty high keel check, but the version that you have basically allows anyone to apply it with the unique mechanism that it's delivered. As for the system strain, it adds 2 for every dose of Reverie, which I think several people have some amounts. I think, Nona, you have some.
Is this
Alex
okay?
also
Jumping
has
way
some.
back, this was the stuff that like we found on the ship a way long time
Yes,
ago.
and this is the stuff
Okay.
that Claire was dosing herself with because she was dosed with it and had to.
And that's
got
why we
addicted to
threw
it.
it into space.
Yes,
I have
most of it.
We didn't.
10 of those on my person at basically all times.
Why did we not?
Alex has 5.
But
Why am I the only
unbeknownst
one
to
who doesn't have heroin?
But you guys don't know Alex has it because I think Alex.
Wait, no, I
Alex stole
think
it.
stole it.
Micah totally does though, because
Oh,
Micah went
that's-
through Alex's backpack. What a tangled web we weave, you guys. Who's got drugs where?
Yeah,
Let's
Alex
do it.
has 5 doses of Reverie, 5 doses of Mirror Ball, and 4 doses of the Wide Awake Serum. And he says, like, I don't condone the mixing of drugs, but I could potentially flush out the toxins in between. I don't think that the strain will necessarily be healed by that. The same way I cured your hangover. Mike, I can maybe work the poisons out.
Anyway, I think this is our top
right.
priority here, and I would very much like us to do that.
All right. Whew. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's go. I will try and wave down Volker and hold up a finger, like, be right back.
Middle finger.
Later, loser.
Volker just kind of like sadly goes, sadly and also like not entirely sure what's happening, but like there is like, yes, I understand what's happening.
Yeah, and then it's like I'll point to me and then back to the place. Like, I'm gonna come back. It's all right.
You get a thumbs up.
Nice.
All right, so
All
you
right.
guys are heading back to the ship then.
Yep, speed walking.
Including Claire, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm fine with her coming with. And again, I don't really. My character feels conflicted about giving her character drugs.
I mean,
Others
I
want
think
to override that.
that's
That is
reasonable.
fine. But right now,
That is where Nona is.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you return to the ship. There are some. Actually, can I make people make a wisdom? Actually, charisma notice check.
Ooh,
'Cause you're
we're getting
looking at
fancy with
people.
that. Love that.
9.
Oh, my dice are amazing today, and I love them. I love you guys. They rolled another 10 for me.
13.
11.
10, 13, and 11. So
9.
sorry,
13.
9.
9,
Okay.
13.
So Micah, you don't notice this because you're thinking about, okay, Nona's about to shoot me up with drugs, and then Alex is going to zap me with metadimensional energy. You're a little internalizing things at the moment.
A lot of things are
figure
about to happen to my body.
But no, you notice that a couple of eyes sort of notice you leave, particularly Oletta and Dr. Lucius Leggett. You don't take it. No one like moves to like stop you,
Yeah, I'm
but they
drawing more
notice that
attention to myself.
you've drawn some attention. Or the group has drawn some attention, not necessarily directly to you. They're like, oh, that's weird. Anyway, but yes, you both notice that, Alex and Nona.
Fantastic. All right. I noticed that, and I do not care right now.
Alex kind of waves a hand and kind of like gestures towards his stomach, like it's like really bothering him,
Mhm.
and like gestures like taking shots, and then like shakes his head and walks away.
Truly masterful.
All right.
I'm so glad you're here.
And so you guys return to the Phoenix with everyone in tow. Argy joined you as well because he was
Right.
brought to the party.
You didn't go to the party.
And you're in the hangar currently. What do you guys want to do next?
Do we have a med bay, anything like that?
No.
Just lay me out on the floor of the kitchen
Okay,
table.
kitchen.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
kitchen table.
Just somewhat comfortable.
Could
Put
do
out some
Micah's
blankets.
bed. You could do Micah's bed. You don't have to lie her down on the table.
Somebody go slice up an orange.
I can do that.
I don't know your cooking skills, child.
My hand.
Yeah, I did not draw in a med bay, unfortunately.
Did Arcus move out of the spare bedroom or not?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Their stuff is moving.
Let's use that.
He took the sheets.
So
the sheets are downstairs as a dummy that were for target practice. Anyway.
I have the instructions to this written down. I have the brainwave stored for emergency clipping procedure things. Like, it's kind of been we don't need this right now, but we know how to do it and we could encounter it in the future. So roughly what I'm saying is I think Nona has been preparing for this as one of her contingency plans.
Okay. This is not going to be like a quick, like, put a Band-Aid on it. This is going to take some time. This is probably going to take the about dinner. Does that all make sense?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I
like 30 minutes ish.
okay.
I
Sure.
think I kind of knew that and I was lying.
And I see. I've been lied to.
I think you have been lied to.
Well, I won't be able to say much about it because I'm going to be fucked up. So,
Oh no! Another date with Volker messed up because of chemicals.
Yes, that is going to be our biggest problem.
not my fault.
This one's not. This time it's not your fault. Okay, so I believe that for the most part, Alex would probably be taking point because you're the one who has the most medical experience, correct?
Yeah, probably.
So you understand kind of the outline. Can you describe to me what you are doing? And I will try and like provide you feedback based off of your familiarity with like applying stims and medicines and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, step one, we kind of like pull out like a little desk or something so that Micah's on one side and Alex is on the other. And we kind of like both sit through. And Alex opens up his med kit and we'll start with the dose of brainwave, I guess. And I'll be like, okay, stick out your arm.
Deep breath. Okay.
This is all right, right? Like we can maybe do me or something if you drive.
I mean, we can't really just do it. I'll put my arm out.
Okay. And he like
Never wanted to torch, but here we go.
he like finds like I don't know, just something to work as a stress ball. Alex probably has a stress ball. And it like squeaks and the eyes pop out when you squeeze it.
Amazing.
And he puts it in Micah's hand. He's like, okay, squeeze tight to this. So we'll start with the one dose. And
The eyes are all the way out.
wow, okay. I'll have to buy another stress ball. All right.
Alex, can I make you make an intelligence heal check, please?
Sure.
And
I roll 3d6 and drop the lowest.
the best way to do this, I'm going to look up Micah's system strain. What I'm doing right now is, Alex, you're trying to figure out how much of this stuff Micah can take.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say it out loud.
All right. I won't say a number. Let's
10
get freaky with it.
10 total.
Okay, one moment as I pull things up.
What's going to happen to me? Nobody knows.
Maybe you're given more drugs. All right. Can you update Micah's your sheet with 4 system strain, please?
Okay.
And Alex, you take in Micah, and you are aware that psychics can either cast, that they can either use their ability either from, I believe, wisdom or constitution. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you are well aware that constitution generally is associated with one's system strain. And considering the fact that Micah casts from her telekinetic armory from her physical body more than from her mental capacity, you know that she has quite high system strain. Probably on the kind of remove
on a scale of 1 through
definitely much higher than like the standard populace.
All telekinesis comes from core strength, actually.
But mechanically speaking, you could estimate her system strain is somewhere in the range between 12 and 16.
Jesus. Well,
Yep.
you just took that whole thing like nothing. It's like I barely pushed down on the plunger. Your body just would whoop that right in.
Is it in?
Yeah, it's done.
And Micah, as after that is all done, you just feel this rush. You almost feel like you have a higher effort value because that is what Brainwave allows you to do. You feel stronger. You just feel those channels open a little bit more. And that was the first dose.
So does that increase my effort value?
It
Or-
does. It increases your effort value by 2
Ooh la la.
for an hour.
Cool.
So that is done. And that is 4 out of the 12 to 16.
Sick. All right. Well, I mean,
You can continue putting in Brainwave.
Yeah, that's what we bought it for.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So dose number 2 goes in, and again, you feel this rush. You feel a little fatigued, Micah. This is, like, mechanically speaking, you're not getting more, but you just feel like you're drained a little bit. You're tired. And that is the second dose of Brainwave used. And I assume you move on to the third as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Each of these doses are done over the course of several, like, minutes. You're taking time in between, seeing if there's any adverse reactions, and say, all right, here comes the next
Yeah.
one.
Once you're on the edge, we'll purge everything as well as heal you to get you there.
All right. Yeah, a little bit of a headache, but I think I can take some more. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so
Have an orange slice.
Please.
here's an orange slice.
Thank you, dear.
And so Alex, you put in the third dose, and Micah, again, you're feeling less and less powerful and just more and more tired. You do start to get this kind of pounding headache.
Yeah, don't feel good.
How does healing affect system strain? Is it 1 every time they're healed, or is it
Are you saying your
like mechanically for me, David?
for like bioscion?
Yeah.
Let me check that real quick. But I think it's like 1 point of system strain to the target, or 2 points if they're mortally wounded at the time. So you can mortally wound Micah and get double the value out of it.
You can try.
Everybody punch.
Fantastic. We're doctors.
Is this medicine?
So Micah is currently sitting at 12 system strain at the moment.
I thought I liked this drug. I think I like it less now.
Yeah, probably. That's for the best. Have you ever been forced to smoke an entire carton of cigarettes?
God, no. What?
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, are we do we do more of the brainwave, or
That is
Switch to
up to
healing.
you. How close is she?
how can I figure that out? Can I roll for that?
Yeah, so the roll that you did before, you have an idea that she's somewhere between 12 and 16. She's up against the 12 at the moment in time.
Mhm.
She could possibly take another hit of brainwave, or she could kind of reject the effects of the brainwave. Effectively, you won't really necessarily know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think anytime you try and do something above the system strain, the body just kind of rejects it and you don't get the benefits of it.
But that doesn't cause torching?
No, the biosynax is the thing that causes torching.
Okay, so like in this case, we could. So there's. I thought we were getting to the like if we guess this number wrong, we torch you.
No, this is just
Okay.
Wouldn't want
maxing out.
In that case, I'm going to say, well, I also have this, and just like pull out my vial of drugs.
Okay. Oh, good. Oh, great.
If I remember correctly, I do think these ones do less system strain. So if you're worried about,
Yeah. That also numbing, so that might help. Almost like a morphine kind of idea. Micah, how do you? Hey, look at me.
Yeah. Look, whatever you think is going to work. Jesus, just Let's get it over with. I don't care.
Okay. I don't know how these interact. Let's keep using the brainwave.
Okay.
Okay. And so this is the 4th dose of Brainwave. And that should max out Micah no matter what. It should take her to, at the very least, to the top of her system strain. And you are not having a good time right now.
How bad a time am I having?
The metadimensional pathways within yourself have opened up so much that right now you Alex are starting to notice that just bits of like there's like a pen that just floats across your vision, and then you notice that the telekinetic armory is coming up in some places, then powering down. And Micah, you aren't exercising this at all. You have just the sphincter has loosened and things are just
Let's take that again.
Maybe different analogy.
Let's go ahead and skip to this. Let's stick to the script on this one.
Okay, all right, sorry. I ad-libbed a bit there.
It was a strong choice.
All worse for it.
You have lost
floodgates.
the floodgates have opened.
Evocative.
And bits of your telekinetic powers are starting to leak out here and there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's lay her down. All right. And oh no, I don't know how this is going to work out. But Nona, Claire, do you mind just getting around her? We might have to hold her down. I don't know what the torching thing looks like, but we want to make sure she doesn't flare and hurt herself. Okay, here we go.
We do that.
And Alex will do the psychic sucker and also organic purification to get the poisons out.
All right. So Claire takes one arm, Nona takes the other, and even Argos gets up on the table and is lying on Micah's the legs. And Alex, you place your hand on her forehead, and Micah, in a moment, you just feel this hot energy just rushing through you. And this is like a feeling that you're used to having when you perform your psionic abilities, but it is hot, almost like burning a little bit, rather than normally you just felt like the push and pull of everything, but now it's surging within you. And after a while, the heat dissipates, and the headache and the wooziness and the I have become stronger just dissipates, and you just feel more and more tired. But you just feel these pathways almost feel scarred to some extent. And then you think back to, why were we doing this again? This is awful. You remember that eye in the moon. You remember the flesh beast crawling up the stairs or floating up the stairs and nearly attacking Claire before running off. You remember the fight in the warehouse. You remember it all vividly. And then you recall that eye that you saw in the moon was the same eye that was on the chest of the angel that broke up the fight in the warehouse. You remember it all. And you almost feel silly at how you could have forgotten such a thing.
So I will slowly open my eyes. I feel like I was probably thrashing around some during that.
A little bit.
I would expect.
Not necessarily of your own accord, but just muscles tensing here and there.
Strength check to accidentally kick the dog across the room.
No. You're not strong enough to kick the dog across the room. He's heavier than expected
true.
because he's a
He's
dog.
heavier than expected.
Sorry, not because he's a dog. He's a robot.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I might have tried to ghost fight people, but that's all right. It sounds intense. Oh, wow. Okay. I think it worked.
What did you see?
I'm better. You can let me go.
Okay, good, because my wrists. Oh God. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Like not great, but better. You cleared out my system, I think. I'm not drugged anymore. That was terrible. Never want to do that again. But yeah, it worked. I remember, Nona.
It was at the party. We need to do something now.
Yeah. The thing I saw was totally from the Rock Angel in the warehouse.
What? I'm sorry. What?
This you've been dealing with this.
I'm so happy. Someone else can be frustrated with me. Anyway, I said yes. Just don't talk too much about it. They'll give it about 5 minutes. They'll be fine.
Right.
Like a rock angel, like from Greece?
Yeah.
What's a grease? I only know space grease.
And Micah, you also remember back to that first weird paper that you saw before, and you remember what was written on it.
I'm allowed to see the note card.
The backside. That's red.
That's red stat.
Look at the other side.
What is this? A character sheet was the word. What a twist.
What a twist.
The inner workings of someone we've never met. Some goddamn dread.
Amazing. Anyway, it was at the party. I think something bad is about to happen.
That was what I saw.
The party.
Yes, we should get back there now.
Whoa, is Micah feeling better? Micah, you're feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, like, my system strain is still maxed out, right? So I'm not, like, feeling great, but I'm not feeling drugged.
Well, of course, I mean, the amount of things you drank at the party, and which is why I assume we're here.
Yeah, the system strain is
I just put the drugs
maxed
back.
out. Mechanically speaking, I think it means you can't like get any more healing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got into a fight, I can't remember exactly how much it goes down by each day. It might just be like one or two.
It might just be one, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to be feeling this for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. It's just really just you're achy all over, but not necessarily feeling the effects of the procedure itself or the drugs at any point.
It's like
anymore.
My brain feels a little crusty, or you said scarred around certain pathways.
I take back all of the reverie that I just carry around on me always. I shuffled the one remaining brainwave, you crazy, crazy small human being, and the instructions on how to do this back into what I have decided is the plastic Tupperware box marked in case of not bears, and I put it back where it goes.
All right.
And then we may return to the party post haste.
Oh, Micah, you should shower. You sweated out a lot of drugs.
Shit. Okay, I will try and rinse off quickly, but also if it's been like half an hour, whatever amount of time, I do want to get back.
Yeah, it's probably by the time you do a quick rinse, it's about been 45 minutes or an hour. Are you all heading back to the party at this point?
Yes.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad for leaving them there. I thought that would take less time because I was misled. No.
I'm sorry.
This was very important. I know you're right now. Damn it.
We can blame it on me. We'll figure it out.
That's okay, Alex. We don't have to blame you.
And you all head back to the party, and it seems that for the most part, people are done getting food. There's quite a few people who are sitting just chatting with empty plates in front of them. There is the banquet is still there. There's a lot less food. It's been gone into by a bunch of people, even maybe some people getting seconds, but there's still enough to eat if that is desirable. There's fruits and salad and wild game like the deer that exist on this planet. Not the one that Nona specifically shot.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I can't control my smirking.
You come across these big stations with these barrels of liquid that just have the pressure barrel sort of pasted on them, and you can get some more of that stuff if you want it.
I haven't been drinking all night. Not going to start now.
But you notice that Volker has saved a seat next to them and is sitting across from Red and his family, Tristan, who I think you met briefly, as well as their few kids. There's only a couple of seats at that table, but where do people want to sit?
I was about to say, oh shit, you got head table privileges. Look at that.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to go sit with Volker. There's not enough seats for all of us. Is that correct?
No, there's probably only like 2 empty seats at this table.
I am looking for a location that's at the edge of the party so that I may watch things. I am still not doing well.
Okay. Are you going to try and not sit with anyone? You're also not getting food, I would assume, at this point.
That is correct. I'm kind of hoping that the fact that we sort of left and people are...
Yeah. So Micah heads over to the seat with sit next to Volker. I think Claire would join you.
Yeah.
Before they get too far, can Alex just kind of go like, okay, let's keep our story straight and lie and say Paragon Freelancers called and we were reporting back?
Do they know who
On
the
the
Paragon
missions?
freelancers are? We allowed
Yeah,
to
they
talk about Paragon
were a
freelancers?
through line that got us here.
Okay.
We're subletted to them right now.
Sure. I was just going to say team emergency, but that works.
Yeah, well, that also works. Yeah, whatever. Just want to.
Yeah, sure. All right.
I'll sit with you, Micah, if that's okay. Or I don't want to be a third wheel, actually.
Okay. No, hon, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Stay with us.
Like the small children.
Don't put you at the kids' table.
And Alex, where do you want to sit? You see, and this is something that Nona, you see as well. One of the periphery tables sits Dr. Lucius Leggett, who has just a bunch of notes on the table. He appears to have not eaten, or if he has already gotten rid of his plate. And he's poring over the various notes that he has. He's sitting by himself. Alex, you notice this as well. Where do you guys want to sit? I know you said you wanted to sit on the periphery and just kind of see things. You're not
Yeah,
feeling
if he's
great.
kind of on the edge.
He is. He's not sitting with anyone.
I'll sit by him as well.
Alex,
What are the other options? Just like it and.
Well, there's a bunch of other seats as well. You also see Quark is talking with a couple of people over one way. Aletta is also at that table, and then there's just some various tables of people that you are unfamiliar with. You see the bartender is up by the bartender from the pressure barrels up by the serving station with the barrels refilling things here and there.
I'll also go sit with Leggett.
Okay. So I'm going to do these in tandem. Let's do Micah, you first.
I believe in you. You can successfully end this date without them thinking you're a weirdo.
Kiss them.
Maybe not.
Kiss them. They're into you.
Oh, no.
Kiss the person.
In front of
God. God and the angels and
God
everyone.
and the angels and Tristan.
And so Volker sees you and gets up and says, "Oh, Micah, you guys were gone quite a bit. I was where you
Oh my
left."
God. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we had kind of this team emergency that happened. We got a call from some contacts that we had to talk to. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem. Are you doing okay? You look a little pale.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm totally just hungry for food and pies.
For pies, yeah. You're still on for that?
we just gave you a strategic advantage.
Yes.
Empty fuck out.
Yeah, I am cleansed of everything. Only room for pie now.
All right. Yeah. Well, we were just talking, Red and I, about some of the past things that we were on together, some past water patrols here and there. Yeah, it's good to see you back. So you guys get communiques from people a lot.
Yeah, not a ton, but the folks who we worked through to end up here, we helped them out on their space station sometime.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Micah's trying to keep it casual, but also I am looking around with roving eyes and trying not to let Volker notice.
The moon did just do that thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to pull back, if you want to have more of that conversation, we can, but otherwise I'm going to pull back and move towards the other table where Nona, you and Alex find Dr. Lucius Leggett furiously poring over his notes. So much so that he almost requires you to get up and do one of those, the polite cough
Fair enough. I wouldn't do that.
You're just standing.
I'm sitting at no. I'm going to
Alex, would
sit
you
at
also do
his
that?
table
Oh, okay.
for strategic purposes. I do not care that he's there or not, but he will be the one least likely to question me.
Yeah, Alex will just, as much as Jonah sits down, he'll pull out a chair and be like, "Oh, sorry, doctor. Do you mind if we hang out?" It's
No,
well, we'll be quiet.
no,
Just-
please,
just-
sit. I don't mean to be taking up as much space as I am.
No worries. We won't get in your way.
And he goes just back to his notes. If you guys want to talk to him at all, but otherwise, he seems quite tired. He's, as he mentioned, he hasn't really slept from the night prior, and you get the feeling that he hasn't taken a nap at all today.
What
and
is
so,
he
like,
doing?
So yeah, Nona, can you make a quick intelligence notice check?
Yeah. Come on, lucky dice. Okay. Acceptable. Intelligence notice. That is a 10. I can math.
Yeah. So what you get from a quick glance at the papers in front of him is Dr. Lucius Leggett is very bad at project management. And you look at one thing and you're seeing like the mind control devices and a bunch of like readings from the various mind control devices, like all of the experiments that he ran. And then you also notice that, oh, there's some coordinates here. And these coordinates were from, I think, the first time we helped him out into the Phistos and waste. And it is a mishmash of everything that you all have seen him talk about. You also see just spatterings of true AI like concepts. You see some pages that seem to be photocopied out of books that you aren't familiar with about like the philosophy of true AI and the mechanics to maybe build. You do notice that on one paper seems to have been written by the Torque by the name of Dricht, posted hundreds of years back. And just it's a mishmash of basically all of the information that you all have come across during your time here. And he almost seems to be trying to do like the crazy, I'm going to put all of this up on the board and start drawing lines between it and see, like, trying to figure this all out. And he seems to be racking his brain on all this.
I don't think this is a thing that Nona is capable of solving, but I do find it hilarious that his life's ambition has been to find a true or make a true AI, and I'm sitting right here, dude. But no, Nona is watching for Chris.
And so you all take a quick look around, and you notice that things have started to die down a little bit in like the things have quieted a little bit as you notice that Aletta has started to like do the thing with the wine. And
really
started to hit
fast.
this. Yep.
Before we get into this, can I tell if his coordinates kind of match up with my coordinates? Like I talked earlier about trying to figure out if that original line he has would match up with.
The theory of where things might be absolutely lines up with the coordinates that you were given from the mysterious true AI in
Amazing.
Wycliffe.
Thank you.
No problem.
Now the scary woman may do her speech.
And so you hear this ringing coming out from the crowd, and you see Aletta is the one hitting like her wine glass. And she says, guys, I'm not great with speeches, as you're all quite aware, but I do feel that it is warranted for the man that we are all celebrating tonight. Red has been with us for a good 20-odd years, having originally came to spy on us from Everhaven. But he realized that what we were doing was better than what they stood for, and decided that he wanted to make his home here. Without Red, Nova Voxis would have fallen years ago, both to threats inside and out. He's been able to lead many successful water runs, as well as weed out spies from Wycliffe, Everhaven, Sonobutan. There's nothing more that I can really say. This man has almost single-handedly protected Nova Voxis from all threats, and we owe him a great deal of gratitude. And so, Red, to you, and she raises up her glass. Everyone else raises up their various drinks. And she says, may the next 20 years be happy, healthy, and also safe from...
He didn't die. He didn't die. We got the good ending.
Wow.
And everyone like...
He retired.
Everyone gets cheers on that. And she says, now I think it's time to hear a couple words from the man himself. And everyone at the table, Micah, you notice this, like Tristan and Volker are like egging him on, like, go on. And she's like, no. And, you know, the whole, I don't want to do this. And so he stands up and says, thanks, everyone. I'm going to keep this brief so we can all get back to our drinks and then the pie eating contest. But I want to thank all the people that I've worked with. Without them, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am. They've taught me so much, and I owe my position to them. And both the people that I work with who are with us now and the people that I worked with who are not with us now, they gave their lives under my watch, and they gave it for the higher purpose of the safety of Nova Voxus. So just a moment of silence for them. And you notice everyone kind of puts their heads down. Mostly the burlier looking groups here and there who you've been able to tag as the various other members of the Nova Voxus Guard. And he says, I would also like to thank the few fighters, mercenaries who helped us take over Wycliffe. Without their support, we would be sitting here with a grim future. With Wilhelm Restikov taken down, we can breathe a little bit easier at night. Thank you all. And he looks directly and tries to find you all in the crowd. Thank you all. And he says, last but not least, I want to thank my husband, Tristan, who stayed with me and supported me throughout my tenure. It's not easy loving someone who you don't know if they'll make it home every night. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the food, enjoy the pies, and good night. And at that, everyone gives a good, like, yay! Woo! And things kind of die down.
Pie.
And eventually, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk to NPCs wise, I will move on to the next event of the evening.
I could have a brief conversation with Leggett.
Yeah. So his nose is buried in his work right now.
That's fair enough.
Yep.
I'm going to say, I'm interested in your opinion on something.
Oh, yes. I love giving my opinions on things.
And so he's got roughly all of the information that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I point to the Wycliffe brain helmet dudes and like the blueprints or like whatever he has on that. And I say this here, and then I point over at the scans we did on all of the capsules and like the looking into that and that sort of thing. And this here, what does that say to you? What conclusions can you draw from this?
Well, Aletta won't hear very much of this, but she would like to think that the evil boogeyman that is Wycliffe has been taken care of. But I worry. I worry deeply about what exists in the Phistos wastes, because what I'm seeing here makes me believe that Wycliffe was nothing more than a puppet, and Wilhelm, its king. I worry what exists in the Phistos wastes, and what it might do if this is what more it might do if this is what it's already done.
And Aletta won't hear that?
Aletta believes that everything was Wilhelm, that I perhaps am misunderstanding the device that I found within him to be something that is unimportant, or misunderstanding its use, and that the threat is gone. I'm not entirely sure I believe that. And he has this puzzled look on his face.
Well, I suppose it is nice to know that some around here have intermediate logic skills.
I don't fault her, unfortunately. She wants to be done with this, and it's easier to see what you want in the data than reason what, for lack of a better word, is frightening. But I do believe we should go out into the Phistos wastes and find out for ourselves. You are still willing to take me, I assume?
Yes.
I mean, if you can wake up in time.
Oh, yes, I will have several cups of coffee by the time I wake up, and I will be raring to go.
I would also like your assistance, and I'm working on a project to disrupt the frequency of any mind control devices that we might find.
Oh, absolutely. I can certainly assist with that. I'm not entirely sure. I do need to sleep at some time, unfortunately, and
Yes.
I do not have the stims on me at this point in time to avoid that necessity.
I would recommend sleeping.
So I don't believe I will be able to help tonight or tomorrow, but perhaps a little bit on the ride over. Are we good to head out tomorrow morning to the wastes?
I think that's the plan.
Excellent. Nona, may I ask a question of yourself?
Yes.
We mentioned we had a conversation a day back or so about me knowing something, and I was curious if others at this table might also know something.
They do.
Excellent.
But
Not here.
no other Novavoxus people do.
Well, I understand that. I assume your friends, they'll know. Do you mind asking questions while I'm here? While we're out here, from passing years, I suppose we could take this in your ship at some point if you'd rather. But I do have some questions for you. Unfortunately, I learned this information, and then you went off gallivanting into the
I don't know what to tell you,
Catacombs of
dude. We had a
Wycliffe.
dungeon run to do.
It's what we do. We gallivant.
So if I could perhaps ask you now, I could also meet after the banquet at your ship. And I just have, I would like to pick your brain.
I look over at Alex on this and be like, what should I do?
I mean, like you can have visitors. We all live there.
Okay. Perhaps the ship is better then.
All right. Excellent. I will see you then after the party. And the pie eating contest, I heard they got quite a few
Everybody's
people.
really
Excited
excited
about the pie.
Yes, this is-
You know, we should just have as many conversations as we possibly can to draw out this pie eating contest.
I'm starting to think it's not like pie, you know? Like it's like pie is like, oh, ho, ho, and then they're going to bring out beasts and you fight them.
Ooh. Can we do that?
Delicious beasts.
And so that conversation happens. Things die down a little bit, and the announcement for the pie eating contest eventually takes place. And
The moment we've
Micah,
been
you're
waiting
directed to a stage where there's just this long table, and I won't belabor the point too much.
But we'll eat pie next time.
No, we're gonna eat pie now.
We're going to make you wait 2 weeks for it.
You have to wait 2 weeks for your pie eating contest.
Dear God.
So after everything that's happened, this feels like not that important anymore. But can I?
Does it?
You're the one who did the Elder Tours, Jeff. You put them there. This is your fault.
Can I have a Constitution exert?
All right. No.
Before-
Who's
yeah.
competing?
Thank you.
Oh,
Before we
okay.
get there, who am I up
What
against?
What
here?
are
So
the
you-
stakes? What's
you-
the pot?
Oh,
you know?
yes.
Yeah,
So
what do
you
you
had to put
Honest.
in 15 credits to enter.
Right.
The winner gets 150 credits.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
the rules are eat as many pies as you can within the time limit, and then they're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes to see if you throw it up. And if you throw it up, you're disqualified.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a push your luck kind of thing.
Are there rules on like how much of the pie must be gone out of the tin?
Oh my
It
god.
all must be gone.
The pies
all
don't
must be-
actually exist.
No, Kirsten, this is important to me. Could you just let me have
I'm
this?
sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Thank
My
you.
bad.
What kind of pies are on the table?
It's all the same type of pie. It's a bunch of blueberry pies.
No.
Fine.
And now the competitors.
Volker has signed up.
Mhm.
The pot-bellied bartender has also signed up.
Why not call him out like that, Jeff?
Red has also signed up. A few other people that you
Well,
don't
yeah.
recognize.
You have Torques, and you have Ursins, you have humans, and then you have pot-belly bartenders.
Those are the ancestries. Yeah, it's an assortment of people. The people that you know are Red, Volker, and the bartender.
All right.
Are you really going to beat Red? Never mind. No, let's do this.
He
So
deserves
you're going to
it.
need to make a Constitution or Dexterity exert for stuffing
That's
for
dexterity.
for stuffing as many in your face
For
as possible.
juggling the pies.
For juggling the pies while you eat them.
Yeah. How big of a fistful of pie can you eat at a time?
Just looking at Red, you owe us, old man.
kill you.
We're still going to lose money on this party, but if you win this, our losses will be significantly decreased.
Okay, I got 8.
Okay, so Micah ferociously goes into all of the pies, knowing just being quite hungry after the big ordeal that you had. You need to
There's nothing left inside. There's
like
only
all
space
of the
for pie.
sugars and carbs that you can possibly take. And so
she's going to throw up.
what I'm going to need you to do is for every point above 6, so it wasn't that far, can you make a physical saving throw to keep it down with -1 for each one? So a -2 to your saving throw.
So am I making
Multiple
two saving
No,
throws?
make one saving throw, subtract 2 from it, and then compare that to your save.
And I need to meet or beat my physical
Yes.
number.
If you were to eat more, then
God.
it would be harder to keep it down. So the saving throw would be harder.
And saving throws are a D20, yes.
Yes.
And then you have to roll higher than the number.
Yes. So a -2 to that number.
Okay, I got 18.
Okay.
Which beats 9.
You keep it down just fine. You have beaten all of the competition. The pot-bellied bartender pukes all over the table.
Oh.
You
Not the table.
If I'm gonna roll a nat 20, I feel good about this one. I'm gonna be honest.
More pie.
I wanted this.
More pie.
Give me more pie. And the carny that was doing all the things.
Excuse me.
You remember this from
Yeah,
last
right.
time?
The guy.
Yes, there was
That's
one.
right. It's like not the busker, like whatever you call those guys.
Who's running the booths
Barker.
or whatever?
Is it the barker?
It's like a carnival barker. I don't know.
Yeah, he comes
Step
up
right
to you
up.
and say,
The master of ceremonies.
the master of ceremonies says, "Wow, you sure did keep down a lot of pies. Well, here's 150 credits for winning, and also you won the shooting gallery contest. So here's another 150 credits
Oh my God,
for a
we're
total
in.
of 300 credits. You didn't win the strongman's hammer. That was Red over there.
And then he twiddles his nose and disappears with a shower of sparks.
Never to see him again.
Amazing.
And Red was like, "Who was that?"
Friends, we've managed to turn a profit this night.
I'm writing this in my own sheet.
Okay, fine.
This is my money I earned.
So what you're saying is you're socializing the losses and personalizing the gains.
Yes.
Fine. That's all right. We have roughly sideways 8 money.
All right. So the party slowly dissipates after that, with people, saying bye to Red, particularly, and saying bye to each other. A couple people come up to you, Micah, and say, "Wow, you sure eat a lot of pies, or can eat a lot of pies."
Thank you very much.
Volker,
They've all said the same thing.
you can eat
That's like the
a lot of
fifth person.
pie.
Is this a sign, Nona?
Oh God.
It's kind of
The
like,
angel man is among us.
And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Micah, what is your intention with Volker?
God.
You know,
Volker's father.
yeah,
Full of pie, I'm full of drugs. Let's do this.
yeah, just like feeling so randy after eating like 30 pie.
Is it your place or their place?
You're high off of sugar and wait, no, it's just sugar.
You don't know this, but Leggett's coming back to our place. So
I'm unstoppable. I do their place.
I'll also remind you, EDI does exist in our house.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell anyone that you're going back to their place? They are
we'll figure
on
it out.
board. Yeah.
Split the party, split the party.
I'm going to just fade to black on that one. Micah, you have a wonderful time. And I'll leave it at that.
You sleep so
This
good.
is the
It
thing,
was the pie.
you don't have to roll
It was
this
the-
time because you just ate pie so well.
That's
You know,
what a nat
that
20
roll-
physical
that roll
saving
carry
throw
over.
gets you.
Being to eat that much pie, that's kind of hot.
But Volker
We
thinks
can
so.
debate about
Yeah.
this later. That can be our fade-off
Yeah.
discussion about whether or not having blueberry pie all over you and inside of you is indeed sexy.
Well, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
And so things start to thin out. If you want to grab anyone before you go, you feel free to. There's everyone that you know at Nova Voxes.
So we're just all pairing off now?
Yeah,
we're all
they're
going
all-
to go sleep with somebody?
Everybody's a party favor.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to talk with a letter or someone, like,
No.
okay, fine. You're
Do
going
you
back-
want us to talk to Aletta?
No, I
Alex will
don't.
go say bye to Aletta. I'll be like, okay, I guess the party's over. Everybody's leaving. Good night.
She'll give you finger guns while back your neck.
Guys, I think Aletta's trying to seduce me.
Go, roll for it.
No, thank you.
So bye first.
All right, so you guys head back. I would assume head back to the Phoenix. I'm not. Do what you want.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Claire gets in and says, I'm gonna go to sleep, as she kind of notices that Dr. Lucius Leggett has followed you back with his almost always overflowing folder of papers. And he says, do you want to invite me up, or we can talk just here in the hangar?
We can talk in the
or-
kitchen.
All right. Let's go.
We use the kitchen for everything. It was almost our med bay.
Alex, are you gonna be around for this conversation? Just hanging out in the periphery?
Alex will make a quick mug of coffee for Leggett and for himself, and then we'll just go back to his room.
Okay. And so it is, I guess, EDI 246 greets you. If you want to dismiss him, he'll be like,
He can hang
Okay.
around.
All
I'm
right.
fine with him doing whatever.
so he's
I find it
hanging
amusing.
around.
I'm still, for what it's worth, Nona is still watching him to try and figure out if VIs are alive or not.
I
We
see.
have not determined this yet. So I'm not going to particularly ask him to do things unless there's like specifically for hiding the fact that, like robots or whatever. So he is his own robot up until the point where it becomes a threat to our existence.
Understood. And so Leggett sits down and says, we haven't really had a chance to discuss you all that much, given the new information about, I feel weird saying it out loud, but you being a true AI.
I was about to say, don't make me do the Twilight thing again, Jeff, because I will.
I have many questions, the first of which is, do you know who created you?
Yes. In fact, I do. Dr. Samantha Kelvin
I see.
created me. As far as I can tell, it was pre-Scream times, and I was offline for an unknowable amount of time. And then I woke up roughly 2 months ago.
I see. You're pre-Scream tech then.
As I believe is EDI 246.
And at that, Dr. Lucius Leggett takes a look over and says, fascinating.
He didn't used to look like this. He was in a wall.
Yes, if you don't mind me asking, the true AI that I have studied for the majority of my life have been quite a bit larger than you. This feels strangely intimate, but if you don't mind me asking, can I see your core?
Buy her a drink first.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, she just straight up.
Alex puts down the mug of coffee. And then Alex is like, I don't want to be here for this. Good night, everyone.
And I assume you just...
Yeah, totally. We do the whole like Iron Man chest opens, thing comes out. And I said, yes, this is me.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Smaller than the
Yes.
giant multi-story.
Yes.
Yes. I'm assuming that is because I'm a more advanced version. We discussed briefly, but there was also another attempt to make
Yes.
someone like me who was unsuccessful. And I straight up just pull out. Like I'm carrying around all of the shards.
Yes.
Like I have so many shards in my notes right now, but like specifically Senna's.
Yeah.
This is a previous attempt.
Oh,
That was unsuccessful.
there's a lot of things to... I will look at that in a moment. And he asks, may I look a little bit closer?
Yes,
if
but
that's all right?"
please don't shock me.
No intention of doing that. Apologies. I understand that was a bit morbid. And he doesn't dare, touch it, but he gets a little bit closer, starting to like sit next to you and just takes it, and then even like pulls out like this little this device that he puts up to his eye, and he says, absolutely remarkable. The metadimensional energy floating within you has been just completely and utterly stabilized. And he pulls down this device and says, I'm sure at this point you are at least vaguely, or if not completely aware of how true AI are built, but they require a powering from the metadimensional energy, almost requiring a hole in between the fabric of our reality and that of metadimensional space. And within that hole flows an eddy of metadimensional current.
Sorry, he's over there.
No, Eddie is in Eddie.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's Eddie and all of us.
Eddie wins. It's
No, I know
No, use
exactly
the right
what you're
word.
talking
it's
about.
fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
It's like a little spin
I know
thing.
exactly what you're
Yes.
talking about. I was just being an asshole.
I misunderstood. And then he looks over at the shards that you gave him, and he says, "Oh no, these shards are much different than the ones that I've been studying here at Novavoxus. These almost seem to be torn from the inside out. I assume that this was an unsuccessful experiment, as you.
Yes. An earlier model.
Do you have any other memories about Dr. Samantha Calvin? How she came to create you, or is it just you knew that you were created that much long ago and then you just woke up?
I didn't know anything. I discovered this for myself. My interactions with Dr. Samantha Calvin have lasted for a total of roughly 26 seconds.
I
was
see.
woken up for a systems check, and then I was informed that I would be completed in the morning and that I was still missing something. And then I was powered off again. And when I was powered on again, it was due to emergency protocols of my space station being on fire.
And at that, he tilts his head to the side and says, missing something? Do you have any idea what?
No.
That seems
It
quite...
drives me mad.
It seems quite strange, as you're the most complete true AI I have, and I believe most anyone ever living has ever seen.
I suspect there are others out there.
I suppose if they can look and talk like you, they can fade into society quite well.
Yes, if there are more advanced versions than me, they are most likely better at pretending to be human than I am. I do have my weaknesses in that particular area.
Well, given your, Nona, if you don't mind me being a little blunt here, from your description, it sounds like you woke up not too long ago. Even newborn children have to take several years before they take and grow into fully fledged adults. It perhaps is just something that you need to learn through interacting.
Perhaps. What do you know of Deacon Adams?
And at that, he kind of cocks his head to the side and he says, "Oh, Dr. Deacon Adams is a dear friend of mine. He worked with me at Silverlight Systems, in the Englani system. He was working at the Silverlight Systems far before I joined. Is as deeply interested in robotics as I am. If you don't mind me asking, what is your interest with him? I was not aware you knew him."
I do not. We've never actually encountered each other, but I do believe he was most likely the cause of the fire. Also, he was on a planet and he had this. And I pull out the second bag of shards that I have. I have quite the collection, I realize.
And at that, he takes a closer look. He reaches in and says, "Interesting. How closely have you looked at these shards?"
Not at all.
Well, the worrying thing about this is he points you to and kind of like walks you through his reasoning. You see here, and he holds the two shards next to each other, both different shades of blue.
So like the Senna one and the other one?
Yeah. And he says, this one that you found, the failed experiment, so to speak, you see the lines here, it almost as if the shock came from within the crystal itself, I would assume, because there are impurities along these lines. The solid must be a little bit more pure in order to be able to hold such a chaotic force as metadimensional energy. But this one here, and he points to it, it looks more like your own. But the worrying thing is the shadow marks, and he draws the line jagged, as if some outward force is pressed up against it. Very, very similar markings to the ones found in Novavoxus and Wycliffe.
And then Nona reaches for a third time into her backpack and goes, "Perhaps caused by something like this." And she drops the mysterious item that we found with the Terran mandate on the table.
Yes. Very very possibly similar. Doesn't necessarily require the same mechanical force, so to speak, but the second bag that you handed me that you said was from Deacon.
He was apparently wearing it around his neck in a location before he left to go to where I was located. And then fire happened. I will let you draw your own conclusions, but given that we have determined earlier tonight that you are capable of intermediate logic, I believe there is an obvious one here.
This doesn't make much sense. Dr. Adams has only ever wanted to create true AI life. He's worked with me and countless others trying to do so, that he would carry around. Perhaps he found it. And I can't help but believe that you're mistaken in that the intention was to destroy you. It's very possible he didn't even know you were there.
Is it normal for humans to set fire to things just because?
No, but given that it was pre-Scream, it's very possible that, I don't know, the some generator shorted when he tried to land. It's very possible he was trying to find you, not kill you. I'm sorry. I know I'm defending an old friend here, but I've known him for nearly a decade now. He's never shown that he's capable or desires to hurt anyone or anything. He desires very much the same thing that I want, which is why he sent me to this place to learn more about the true AI here that could very much live on this planet still.
Well, I believe I would still respectfully request that you keep my existence a secret from him for now.
Oh, absolutely. Of course. It was, this is your secret to keep. I have no intention of sharing it with anyone that you are unwilling. Unfortunately, I would like to have more of this conversation, perhaps on our flight over in the morning, but I noticed that I am growing faint.
You should get some sleep. We're reaching the 2-hour mark, all that stuff. Yeah.
And with that, he does a quick nod, carries up his papers, and leaves. And at that, we will pick up the trip into the Phistosan wastes.
Part 2.
Next time.
Woo!
I am so freaking happy we did the clipping procedure. There's
You're not
another
alone
adult
anymore.
in the room.
There's another adult in the room now.
I love it so much. It's scary to think that I'm one of the adults in the room.
Take your drugs. Everybody get
We really-
magically healed.
I have not, my drug buying has not kept up with our leveling up, and bad things have happened, and I do not think we have enough to do it. Well, we do, and we